Alright, how we doing, folks? Here, Bull Marco's 18205 numbers after the name. Little games beating here, man. Sorry for the delay over here on the videos, man. I've been uber busy, man. NBA playoffs, NFL draft coming up. I've been a man on a mission here. I also have this wire misplaced on the damn headphone thingy, so I'm not gonna move too much lest there actually be some missounded sounds over here. So all these guys are probably gonna put it next Monday. I'll do a double header next Monday. The snipper clips games beaten and also whatever next Monday's games beaten is as well. But in this case, man, we're talking Zelda. We're talking Breath of the Wild on the Switch. I haven't picked up the Switch. Actually, that is a lie. I played another. I was gonna say I haven't picked up the Switch since I beat it, but no, I've played one game since then. And I'm hoping for Mario Kart 8. I'm excited for Mario Kart 8 coming up over here at the end of the month, so I'm pretty pumped about that over there, man. But Breath of the Wild, man, I don't really know what else I can say, man. Game number 15 of the year, kind of getting over the Zelda kick that I was on, because I've been just on a Zelda kick. This is the final boss over here. This is Ganon, spoiler alert, I guess, if you don't really know what's going on over here. But I usually, in my games being, I try to put either a section of the game that I really enjoyed or the final boss whenever I am actually recording when I beat it or whatnot. Portable games, as you've seen, I've kind of had a little more issues with that because I kind of play them on the go. You know, when I first saw Breath of the Wild, right, so I got to give it the media blackout treatment, right? I knew I was going to get it. Had no interest in anybody's opinion on it or anything. And you'll notice over here at the beginning, I'm not hurting him. I thought when it happened to my boy Joe as well, I thought like they gave me like the special bow and thing, and I thought that bow was like already equipped, and later on I found out I was like, oh, I actually have to equip it. Whoopsies! I thought like it was already equipped. So clearly I was a little lost here, as you'll see over here. But it's gives you some more time over here to talk to you about Breath of the Wild and my story, my venture with it. So I didn't look at any reviews. I didn't really care about it. I knew I was getting it. I knew I was getting the Switch. I knew I wanted to play it, and that was it. I went media blackout. You know, LeBron's Zero Dark 30, I think he calls it, or whatever. It's the same thing here. I go on media blackout. I do that for a lot of games. You know, Mario Kart. Well, Mario Kart's already been out, so I guess it doesn't really apply to. But you know, a game like Resident Evil, for example, I beat earlier in the year. Media blackout on that. I didn't care. I didn't look at a single thing. I saw the first trailer for Zelda. I knew I was gonna like it, and that was it. That's all I needed to see in order to know that I was gonna like get this game and play this game. And then after I was playing it or whatever, I started seeing those getting 10 out of 10 masterpieces everywhere, and I'm always skeptical about that. You know, I want to see that for myself. I had faith in it. I'm sure people weren't wrong. You know, there's a lot of sites that I trust, a lot of people that I trust that were saying it was amazing, but I wanted to play for myself. And I wanted to get an unadulterated experience. I didn't look at any walkthroughs. I didn't look at any play. I didn't look at anything. I literally went in dark, no idea about anything. And boy, was I pleasantly surprised by this game, man. I'm going to end up giving it a 10 out of 10 as well. I mean, it's crazy to think that there's a Nintendo game, man, like the open world, how huge it is. I've misspoke in the past where I've always said that I really don't like open world games. I like open world games. I just don't like open world games the way that they're structured. And Breath of the Wild kind of let me see that because, let me give you an example, right? Far Cry 3 and Assassin's Creed, those are open world games where you have a big area that you can explore. You know, let's use an Assassin's Creed, for example. You have Rome or whatever, or London, and you go to these watchtowers and you kind of unlock a bunch of items, icons in your map, and you go through them, and that's it. That's kind of been the traditional, you know, say they Grand Theft Auto, it's not as much stuff on the map, but whatever. You kind of go from one point to the other on the map and do that kind of stuff. Breath of the Wild gives you no map. I mean, it gives you a map that you have to like unlock by going up. So in that sense, it's similar to going up on top of a watchtower and sinking or whatever. Same drill about that. But then it tells you, and it tells you right at the beginning, it's like, look from here that you're a high spot. Look at where you want to go. Figure out how to get there and mark it on your map, and it makes you do the map. And just that subtle change immediately set this game apart from me because I wanted to explore that world. I wanted to know every nook and cranny of that world. I would go up there and look and see, all right, I got to find that shrine. I got to look at this. That's a Kokiri thing over there. Is that a great, I remember one of those ones next to the desert over there. I was like, oh, is that like a great fairy thing, shrine over there? Okay, let me go over there, check that out. It forces you to actually explore the open world, and the open world becomes the game. It becomes like the biggest character in the game. Whereas in other games, the open world is just kind of a means to an end. It's kind of a place where you kind of go from one end to the other, and that's why it makes it dull. You know, I'd recommend you checking out, for example, my Assassin's Creed Syndicate review that I posted up either earlier this year or last year. I think it was last year, actually. where I kind of complain about that. It's just a bunch of icons on a map, and whether you want to do them or not, they're all kind of the same thing. But this game, it's you put the icons on the map, you figure out your own adventure, you figure out how to do this stuff. It completely changes the Zelda formula, although it draws from some nostalgia thing. You know, you'll see characters from Wind Waker, you'll see characters from other games, you'll see references to other stuff. Not so much direct, but indirectly, and it kind of just plays around with those kind of things. Like, I think in the Goron Mountains, like, one of the guys there was like the dude, like Darwin, I forget Darwin, but I think was the guy's name. His face is like the dude from Majora's Mask, I believe. Like, the Goron, like, the head Goron there. And you're like, whoa, like, what the hell? So it has all this other stuff over here. The story, I was a little bit nervous about it, but it's pretty damn good. It's pretty entertaining as long as you find the memories. I would definitely recommend you find all the memories before you end this game. I wouldn't recommend playing it without or ending it without doing the memories. That was huge to me to see those memories, to kind of piece together some of the stuff over here. The only, if I had to point one negative, if I had to, I wish that there were more dungeons like the Divine Beast. I wish that those are kind of the equivalent of what dungeons are in this game. I wish there was some more. The 4 I kind of felt a little and some of them were difficult, others were pretty easy. Like the bird one to me was like a piece of cake, whereas like I think the iguana one, that one was kind of like, or the camel one, I think those two are kind of the tougher ones in my eyes. But I wish there was more of that. The shrines are great. I prefer dungeons, honestly, but the shrines are great, and how they're scattered about and how they play it out, I thought was very well done. It's interesting to me where Zelda goes from here. For a lot of people say that there's no way they could go back to a linear Zelda, where you kind of go through the dungeons traditional formula. I disagree with that. I'd be very interested in playing a game like that. I'd also be very interested in playing a game in the style of a Link to the Past, with that top-down perspective, or whatever, on Switch, for example, or something like the Minish Cap or something like that. I'd be very interested in seeing that. I don't think that Zelda necessarily has to now be this open-world Breath of the Wild game, even though I do kind of expect the next Zelda game to be based off this. I'd expect a Majora's Mask kind of equivalent here, where we use the same engine, maybe the same world, maybe they give you like a kind of inverse world like Termina was to Hyrule. I expect something along those lines for the next Zelda, but I don't see any reason why Zelda can't go back to a more linear format and enjoy it and just have these two kind of versions of Zelda over here. Gameplay to me was great. The only negative was there was like a shrine where I had to do a little bit motion control stuff. That was kind of a pain. But I think there is some motion control that you could opt in and out of. I opted out of everything quick as possible. But the weapons, the food crafting system, I mean, it goes on how much this game nails. And if you give yourself the time to play it, I played it over a span of a month. Now, you see how I go through games here, one a week. I took a whole month to settle this, man. That's what you need to do, man. If you're going to play Zelda right, don't know anything going into it. Play it for a month. Enjoy it. Take yourself all the way up to Ganon. And then when you're at Ganon, then I kind of peeked around a little bit. I wanted to find the memories, so I kind of looked around for those online. If you want to do shrines, I ended up, I think, doing 70 shrines or 65 shrines, I think was my total over there. I had maybe like 70 Kokiri seeds or whatever. Now, those are like 900. I don't know about all that, whatever. And I only had a gauge and a half of stamina. I put a lot of it into my hearts, honestly. I didn't feel like I need that much stamina. So that's kind of where I ended up. But that'll be my recommendation, man. Make sure you get yourself a Switch, or you can play it on the Wii U, either way. And dig in deep into this game, because it is 100% worth it.